At this point, I don't think it's one of my vlogs unless I'm not going to the doctor. So hi friends, this lighting is very like bluish because it's the end of the day and I'm just now getting the vlog going. I really hate this lighting. Oh my god, I hope I can do something with this in editing because I don't like it. It's also the middle of the week and I haven't filmed anything yet. It's Wednesday. I had such a fun day today. I went to the doctor for my yearly physical. I got a flu shot, which I know I'm a little late on. I got a pap smear, which is just so fun for all of us vagina owners. It's just great. But they also got Starbucks, so. But that's been my day. I should have like actually recorded myself going outside because that's, I guess, more interesting. It's just not been a good week for vlogging so far. But just because I haven't been vlogging does not mean I haven't been reading. I am 300 pages into From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book is a little hard to describe, to like give you a plot summary. And even the back like description of the book I feel like doesn't really give much. What I can say is this is a fantasy book. It follows a girl named Poppy and she has been chosen by the gods to be the maiden, which means that she's always veiled, can't like talk to people, no one can talk to her. Pretty depressing life, all because she's special and chosen and she's gonna bless them because of the gods. I don't know how to describe this. We're following her and her ascension is coming up, which is like when you ascend in this world and the gods deem you worthy or unworthy, and then you become like not immortal but like basically immortal. But because Poppy is different from other people that are in the court and go through this ascension process, and she's the maiden and she's gonna be given to the gods, she has no idea what that means, so she's kind of trying to live her life and do some things that she hasn't done. That's kind of where we are at the beginning of this book. And there's so much going on because there's these creatures who they have to defend the kingdom against, and the old kingdom that was defeated, they have to deal with like those people. Like it's just really hard to succinct this up. I don't know. I have a feeling that's why no one ever did, because I realized I didn't know what this was about except fantasy and good romance. And I feel like by page 300 I should be able to like have a better understanding of some of the whys in this book, like why this is happening, what this ascension process is for, blah blah blah. I feel like I haven't 100% gotten that. I think the writing could be clearer in that aspect. However, am I enjoying it? Yes, I am. It starts out like from the very beginning, Poppy is just like going to this sort of underground sort of bar place that's known for like risque things. You know, I love some steam, and we get it quite quickly in this book, at least a little bit. We get Poppy kind of like going in this place and being like, oh, what's going on here? And obviously I'm getting through it. Like, it's a chunky book. I'm 300 pages in. That's like a normal sized book. When I say the writing is like the most amazing writing I've ever read, no. This is my first Jennifer L. Armentrout book, so I wasn't really knowing what to expect. But it is writing that is like addicting and like easy to read. So it's not like I'm saying it has no merit, because I feel like it's hard to talk about writing, because what can you say is good? Like, how do we determine that? Not to get on a soapbox here, but there are different kinds of good, right? Anyway, I don't know if I have talked about this book well. I don't think I did. I don't think I will even after I finished it. All I can say is I am enjoying it. I really like the romancy man. I'm interested to see what is going to happen because there's still a hefty piece of book left. And yeah, the plot is interesting, even if it's very hard to sort of wrap up. Okay, that's the update. Welcome to the vlog. The lighting just got worse and worse as I was filming, but what can you do? The sun goes down still by 5:30. Which is an improvement from 4:30, but still.
Several days later.
Hello, so it's Saturday now. Haha. As you might have noticed from the title, I decided to just make this a Blood and Ash reading vlog because I didn't really film any of my life this week. Sorry. It was just one of those weeks. It wasn't a mood. You didn't miss anything. Yesterday, though, I finished this and This book is a little bit trashy, but like not in a bad way. Like in a, I became addicted to this, I couldn't stop reading it. This is the fastest I've read like this big of a book in a while, and it didn't feel long either. Like everything that I was reading, I was just flying through it. I was having a great time. And so like maybe it's not the best in all of its aspects, but it entertained me. I read the last line. Like the way it ends is really annoying because there's just like some asterisks, and I thought like, oh, we're moving on to another section. No, it starts like talking about something like, this was our publisher, blah, blah. I was like, hold up. I really just want to read the second book now, like really bad. I requested it from my library, although mine doesn't have it. Another library does, so like we could borrow it. I don't know if I'll be able to wait. I might end up just getting the ebook because I would like more please. I think I gave a description of this in the first clip. Yeah, I don't really have a better one. It's mostly just Poppy, who's had to miss out on literally everything in her life, deciding she's going to try to live, to experience before her ascension. And that's what this book is, but there's a whole lot of plot and stuff that happens as well. At some points I felt like the plot was a little like confusing, and there's a lot that you just aren't told about for a majority of the book, and then finally at the end you get a little bit of like an explanation. Even that, it's like very convoluted, but I wasn't 100% here for the plot anyway. I was here for the romance. Yes, the romance was so good. It was so good. I would classify the relationship as slow burn for horny people. And what I mean by that is like there was a buildup, but like we didn't have to wait for like the goods. You know what I'm saying? Like they explore things slowly. It's not just a dive into like, I love you and going all the way. And it was so good. It was so good. There's this one scene where he... I'm not gonna get into it, but it was good. It was delicious. There were some weirder sex scenes, like moments where I'm like, y'all are gonna do this now? But I still liked it. I also really enjoyed Poppy as a main character because she's coming out of her shell and she's experiencing so much for the first time. So she has this sort of naivety. And she's sort of sensitive and she's learning, but she's also ready to fight. And Jennifer L. Armentrout, she doesn't write it so that it's like in your face. It's just like, I don't know, it felt like a natural badass heroine. Whereas sometimes you read from the protagonist's perspective and you're like, we get it, you like swords. I don't know, I think she just had the perfect mix, and I really felt all of her emotions like deeply, which is something that will get me in a book. Like if I can feel what this character is feeling in my chest, I'm an empath, then I will definitely be more inclined to like the book. Even if it's not the prettiest writing or the most poetic prose, just get me attached. And this book did. So yeah, I gave this book 5 stars. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. If you like romance and you like it in a fantasy setting, this is definitely for you, 100%. Unless you, like I said, like really like sweepy, poetic, slow burn in the way that they like don't even kiss for 600 pages, then no. But for my fellow sluts, this is for us, baby. This is for us. I do want to talk about a few spoilers. So the rest of this vlog is going to be my spoiler thoughts. If you haven't read this and you don't want to be spoiled, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Now, everyone here should be people that read it or don't care about being spoiled. Can I just say, I called it. I was probably about like halfway through the book. I specifically remember the scene where it just fully clicked and all the little clues came together in my head. I felt like Monk. I've been watching that show recently, and so I was just like, oh, I was putting it together just like he does.
Here's what happened.
It was when they were at the rite, the like dance thing, kind of whatever, and Hawk is like, want to go in the gardens, which is where her first guard was killed, and she hasn't like really been able to go there since. I was just like, hold on, wait a minute, something is hinky here. And I started thinking about things that Poppy said, like, it seems like he's lived so many years, or like, he's so fast, and like, he's just so good, and like, how did he move up the royal ranks so fast? And all these things, they just came together. Plus, with in the back of my mind, I kept thinking of like, I've never seen Stan Twitter use the name Hawk. I always see Castile. And in the beginning, I thought it was gonna be like either a situation where in book 2, because I know both books are out already, the love interest changes, or it was a thing where they just love the villain because Stan Twitter loves their villains, and that's what Castile was presented as at first. So with my clues gathered and the why aren't they mentioning Hawk, I was like, Hawk is Castile. And I was right, so I just love being right. I think the clues after that too got like way too obvious. Like specifically when they're in the garden and they're kissing and she like puts her tongue in his mouth and he immediately retracts. I'm like, oh, didn't want to touch those fangs, did you? And from there it was just like so blatantly obvious that I feel like most people probably caught on, but I don't know. Also, I wanted to expand on my comment earlier about weird sex scenes. Yes, I was talking about the one when she literally stabs him in the heart and runs off. But then we learned that he can't be killed by being stabbed through the heart. It has to be the brain. How convenient. And he runs out after her and it's snowing and there's snow on the ground and neither of them are properly dressed for the weather. And then they just do it right there on the snow and I'm like, aren't you cold? It was kind of hot though when he was like, I want you to say my name. I want you to acknowledge who you want right now and who's sort of you. Oh, it was good. It was good. It was weird. A very weird placement, but I did not like it. Also, like I was saying with Poppy and her emotions, like I knew that betrayal was coming. Like by the time we got there, I was like, I have to be right about this. And still I was like in pain. I was like, my poor girl. And she let him have all of her for the first time that night and then he went and betrayed her. Like I was still shipping them like in the back of my brain, but at the front of my brain I was like, I hate him too, girl. And I did really like how much Poppy fought back. Like, what a queen. And Victor, oh, that was a heartbreaking scene. Like, okay, I don't think I have much more to say. If I do, it's forgotten because this book was long and I didn't annotate it. Like I literally started the book and I was like, should I annotate this? And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna. I actually think I'm gonna be sending this to Whitney because she wants to read it and I'm gonna be buying, like, I'm definitely buying one of the boxes, either Illumicrate or Fairy Loot, probably Fairy Loot. But now that I know that I love this, it's on, my money, it's gone. We'll see how long I can manage to hold off on reading the second one. I don't know. I really want to read it. Like, I wish it was in my hands. All right, well, thank you for watching this video. Again, I'm sorry that it wasn't our normal scheduled programming, but we should be back to that next week. All right, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.